You're welcome to the second episode of Faces of Faith. Around 6,000 kilometers far from Mount Abu is a country named Malaysia. It is a Muslim country. Its capital is Kuala Lumpur, which is a metropolitan city. Kuala Lumpur is a city that never sleeps. It is bustling with activities 24 hours. Here, the world-famous Twin Tower is the center key of attraction. This is the palace of the king. People are very enthusiastic to visit the palace. This is Kuala Lumpur's famous mosque. After Tamil Hindus, the second biggest population is of the Chinese community. Out of the total population of Malaysia, there are around 6.3% Hindus. Batu Cave, which is a Murugan temple, is a place of pilgrimage for Hindus living in Malaysia. The 140 feet tall statue of Kartikeya is built by the Tamil community living here. Every year, lakhs of Tamilians visit the shrine and participate in the Hindu festival, which is famous worldwide. Brahmakumaris began their services in the year 1981, and today, through the many service centers, they are spreading peace and happiness in the lives of so many people. The instrument for the service is Brother Letchu.
After my university education, I was looking for a job. I got a job, but I was not happy. It seems that something is missing in my life. I needed something with me, and so I started searching for it. I couldn't find anything, so I kept myself occupied by jogging in the evening. One day when I was jogging in the evening, I saw the sign of Brahmakumaris Raj Yoga Malaysia. So my thought was, why should I be running every day, and I should actually learn how to do yoga.
And he jogged into the center wanting to find out what is really happening here. And he was very inspired.
When I first came to Gyan, I was a person who was having a lot of fear and not having confidence in me. This was one of the major problems because of my educational background, and also because I was living in a village. So we always felt that we are a low class people, and we will not be able to, we shouldn't be really projecting ourselves, that kind of a thing, you know.
My father passed away when I was 2, and he was brought up by a single father. And actually many things I learned from my mother. And from childhood days, I always had love for God. I used to pray to God and tell God, God, don't worry about me. Please help my friends. Like And also from childhood days I became a very responsible person. So I studied well in my primary education. The time came that I had to go for a lower secondary education.
I think it's what third house, huh? Third house. நான் படிச்சு வந்தது படிச்ச வந்த ஊர் இதுதான் இந்த இடத்துல பழைய எங்க ஸ்கூலு செட்டில்மெண்ட் எல்லாம் சின்ன வீடு தான் சார். அப்பெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு வந்து 2 ரூம் தான் இருக்கும். அது கூட ரூம்லாம் க்ளோஸ் ஆன ரூம் கிடையாது. இந்த பார்ட்டிஷன் போட்டு வளர்த்துருப்பாங்க. இது அப்போ வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 100-150 குடும்பத்துக்கு மேலேயே இருந்திருப்பாங்க அந்த ஊர்ல. அந்த வெள்ளப்பூ இருக்குங்களா, அந்த 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 வீடு தான் நாங்கள் இருந்த வீடு. இந்த வெளிப்பள்ளியாருக்கு முன்னால இருக்கோம். படிச்சு இந்த பிரைமரி ஸ்கூல் முடிஞ்சோடனே வந்து செகண்டரி ஸ்கூல் போக முடியாதுன்னு அம்மா சொன்னாங்க. ஏன்னா இப்போ 4 பேர் இருந்தோம். பிரதர் வந்து படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தாரு. ஸோ வருமானம் பத்தது, நீ போக முடியாதுன்னு அம்மா சொல்லிட்டாங்க. அப்புறம் தான் வந்து ஒரு வார்த்தையார் சொன்னார், இல்லை நீ போ போ பையனை படிக்க வைங்க, நல்லா படிக்கிறான் அந்த பையன், நல்லா படிப்பான் சொல்லிட்டு தான் அந்த வாத்தியார் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் ராமசாமி தானே, ராமசாமி வாத்தியார் தான் அப்படிதான் சொன்னார். அப்புறம் அங்கே பொண்ணு அந்த ஹெட்மாஸ்டர் அந்த ஸ்காலர்ஷிப் பார்த்துக்கிட்டாரு. ஏன்னா மேலே ஹெட்மாஸ்டர் ஏன்னா சவுத் இந்தியன் லேபர் ஃபண்ட். அப்புறம் அந்த ஹாஸ்டல்ல கூட அந்த ரிசீட்லாம் எழுதி ஏன்னா அதில் கொஞ்சம் காசு கிடைக்கும். ஸோ அப்படியே லைஃப் வந்து மேனேஜ் பண்ணி யூனிவர்சிட்டியில் முன்னே இந்தியாவில் போய் படிச்சவங்க லோக்கல் வந்து எனக்கு பிறகு கொஞ்சம் பேர் பண்ணாங்க. இப்போ ஓகே இல்லை அம்மா வந்து அம்மா ஒண்டி தானே வேலை ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு வேலை செஞ்சாங்க. ஸோ அம்மாட்ட இருந்து நம்ம வந்து எப்படி கஷ்டப்பட்டு வாழ்க்கையில் முன்னேறணும் சொல்லிட்டு அந்த பாட்டை நம்ம வந்து கற்றுக்கிட்டோம். முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு அவங்க வந்து sacrifice life for today. Of course we have grown a lot and we also want to do பட் உங்களுக்கு உதவி செய்யணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதனால தான் வந்து ஆன்மீகத்தில் நான் வந்து மும்முரமாக இறங்கி எல்லாருக்கும் என்ன உதவி செய்ய முடியுமோ we should do.
Om Shanti. I am Brother Letchu. People call me Brother Letchu. I'm the national coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Malaysia.
I joined the service with the government of Malaysia in 1983. First I joined as assistant secretary. Then I was promoted to become a principal assistant secretary. Then deputy under secretary. Then under secretary, and now finally I am promoted as the director general of biosafety. Along this I have worked in many areas. I worked in the area of energy, the area of environment, the area of biodiversity, in the area of chemicals, in the area of forestry, and finally is the area on biosafety. Biosafety is an area where we deal with genetically modified organisms. Where I'm working as a person who will coordinate the regulatory mechanism in order to bring in genetically modified organism. That when it is approved by our department, then it is said to be safe for the use of anybody. If it's not approved, then it is to be considered that it is not safe and therefore it shouldn't be used. After coming to Baba and understanding who we are and what our powers are, I begin to look at myself in a totally new way. And in one area, for example, in the language of English, I came from the Tamil school. Even though I had university education, but I was never confident to speak in English. So therefore, whenever I go for meetings in my work and all that, I will not speak very much for the reason that if I speak English in a wrong way, people are going to look at me and say, look at this guy, he's a graduate and he is not even able to speak English in a proper way. So if people say like that, I will feel very hurt to say. So therefore I was sort of hiding myself by not speaking in the meetings and speak only when I feel it is necessary. So I was lacking that confidence because of not being able to speak in English. Then what happened? Baba helped me. How Baba helped me? Actually, after coming to knowledge, after reading Murali to people, sitting on the Gaddi and reading Murali to people, and from the language that Baba used in the Murali, I learned to speak English in a better way and write English in a better way. Otherwise, the language that I am very familiar with is the national language. So actually, by coming to knowledge, I have improved my language capability, and today we go for international meetings, we write papers, and all this has happened because of Baba's knowledge.
The institutions helped him to develop and give him such skills that helps him to become a good leader. I'm sure he have that potential. He may not have realized that, but after coming to the institutions, the study itself and the interactions with our brothers and sisters over here, he is able to tap the talent which is latent inside him and bring up his leadership qualities.
The other thing that I realized in work environment is that many people, the productivity has been blocked by the tension they go through because of work or because of relationship. To me, is because Baba's knowledge, you remain calm. Baba has taught us how to attain clarity. When the mind is clear, then in every subject we are able to identify what the issues are, what the parameters are, and accordingly we can be very focused in our work and produce results, as opposed to those who don't have knowledge. They actually struggle in getting the clear concept of what they are supposed to do. There are people who are very intelligent, they are able to do, but majority of them, they have this kind of a blockage that they don't have clarity. In my own experience, I find that I can do 3 times more work compared to others because of the clarity that I have learned from Baba's knowledge.
And in the course of time, he had many specialities. And so when I left for Johor, then I was asked who should be in charge. And the one that I could see very clearly was Letchu Bhai.
And was very efficient in conducting classes as well as organizing retreats. So it has helped the service of Malaysia to grow in all fields.
In the initial years, when I was asked to move to center, I did a lot of karma yoga. I did a lot of cleaning. I did a lot of cooking. People, whenever I sit down and relax, people will say, "Oh, Letchu Bhai is relaxing," because they always saw me always engaged in doing something for Baba. But over time, as I learned the art of extracting energy from the words in the Murli, as I learned to change myself to a person of feelings by listening to Baba's songs during the Murli, I then realized that what is meditation? Meditation is the feelings, the experience of godly virtues and powers during the time of meditation.
Now, under his leadership, of course, these institutions have grown to a bigger level. From one center, we now have more than 60 centers throughout Malaysia.
Really helped to inspire many others, and really through his organization and planning skills, he has really grown the service here in Malaysia.
And with that leadership, we are having a vision to go beyond further. And not only that, he also have the skill to train up others.
And also when come to the subordinates, my principle has been the office environment must be like a family. That again we should talk openly and inspire people to learn. Supposing they are not able to deliver, it is no good to attack them and to embarrass them, saying that you have not delivered and all that. At the end of the day, if he has not delivered, what have I done to him? What input have I given for his growth? So my general principle is that we need to spend a lot of time training people.
My name is Johnny Andrew. I'm currently with Department of Biosafety, working under Mr. Letchu Ramata. I think the main values that he always emphasized to his officers is that patience. You see? Patience. That means that when something happens, you don't need to react too quickly to it. You must have some patience.
Some people need time. We cannot impose the time for learning on people. We should adjust ourselves, and it is worth spending a lot of time training people, because once they are trained, they become a reliable person, and you can leave the work to them, and you are assured that they will deliver a product that is very reliable.
Salam sejahtera. Saya Noati binti Adnan, merupakan salah seorang pengarah di Jabatan Keselamatan, yang mana saya bertugas sebagai pengarah seksyen penilaian dan penyelidikan.
As a boss, he's very approachable and friendly, in a sense that if you want to discuss any problems or issues that you have, it's more of an open door concept. You can just go in and discuss with him, and then he has a listening ear. He will listen to what you are going through, and he might find solutions for you. So he's very approachable and friendly.
So in this way, sometimes I leave office, I go to India to meet Baba for 1 week or 2 weeks, but I am very, very clear that my officers will do the work very well. For the work I have done, the government also have recognized me. I have been given award, Excellent Service Award twice, and also I have received award from the King 3 times. And so all this together with the spiritual knowledge, it gives me the confidence that a spiritual person can be in a business environment, can be in a government working environment.
And he had a lot of determination. That was his main asset.
In the first year I went to see Baba, I actually brought Baba a table flag, that you can put on the table, a beautiful one. The poles are made of copper. So when I presented in front of Baba, and those days Baba will be speaking to individuals, then Baba is saying, "Do you know what will happen when this flag is raised?" And then Baba asked again, "Are you prepared for this?" And then he continued telling that what will happen, that there will be world destruction. At that time, are you able to fly this flag of victory? Baba is telling like that, no? So from that point, I took the inspiration that Baba has seen something in me, that you will be able to fly Baba's flag in my country and be able to withstand the things that is going to happen in the future, and in that way to move the service forward.
It is essential for us to get ourselves organized, to take this spiritual study and value education to another level or to a higher level, with the cooperations of course, the government, the NGOs and others like-minded people. And for that, we thought that we should have a proper place, and that's where we came out with this Asia Retreat Center.
But during this project, we have to face a lot of problem, So, but I know that Baba is behind this project, and he will help to complete this project. Whatever it is, also when we are involved on the ground, then there are some elements of doubt that come, and that in a way slows down the project.
And even as many challenges come, he never would back out. I remember when we were in the process of designing and building this place, there were many challenges. Many questions were asked. Why build such a big place? Where is the money going to come from? But Letchu Bhai was not at all focused on that.
We didn't have all the money to build the project. The project's initial cost was just 1/3 of the final project cost because many things has changed. So the money I was very heavy about it because I took the thing on me that the family will ask me, and so I have to get the money, and so I was feeling very heavy about it. But after some time, with the cooperation of seniors, their ideas and all that, the money start flowing. The family came forward to give. Money come from very well wishers, and whenever there is a need for money, money was coming. So it is because of the faith that we had that we feel money has been coming. Baba has been organizing this. On the other hand also, we had a contractor. This contractor was not very experienced, but he was offering the price that was very reasonable. So we selected him. Little we know that he was not very experienced. So in the project implementation also, there was some delay, and also because some of the specifications needed to be changed, because when we submitted the application to the authorities has certain conditions that we have to follow. So if we are not able to follow the condition, project will be shelved. So we have no choice but to follow the condition. But when we follow the condition, what happened is project cost went up.
And in a project of this size, many individuals are involved, many conflicts can arise. And he sailed through all of that successfully.
And finally, when we wanted to complete the project, at that time only the company submitted to us all the cost, because there was some difficulty in managing the consultant. He was not very experienced. Then we suddenly found that the project cost is very high. So now the problem is that we don't have that much of money to settle the amount. But if we don't settle the amount, the only option available is we have to take a case against him and all these approaches, but this will not solve the problem.
Because of his commitment to Baba, he is able to give a lot of time for Baba's service. The speciality being courage. No matter how many obstacles, how many situations comes, because of his courage and of course the speciality of honesty, he is able to overcome the situations and take this Baba service along obstacle free.
The ultimate solution is the project must move. It is no point that we go and get a legal consultant or this and that, and at the end of the day we may be able to get the project at a reasonable cost, but we will not be able to use immediately. So the principle then is to solve this problem is that the sooner we are able to use the building, the better it is, and the more we delay the project, the more that we are losing, because every day some service can be done, and when service is done, fortune for people is created.
हमारे लच्छू भाई और भी भाई आदि से मेहनत की है, अंकुरी देने वालों की भी कमाल सहयोग दिया है। मलेशिया में रिट्रीट बने,
ये सभी जो निमित्त बने हुए हैं उनको हमारे तरफ से दिल से प्यार से बहुत 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 मुबारक हो, मुबारक हो, मुबारक हो। क्यों कि जो आत्माएं आएंगी वो जीवन में अतीन्द्रिय सुख का अनुभव करेंगी।
So in this complex, we have 3 blocks, main blocks, which is number 1, and then we have 2 blocks for residential activities. No? And in the main block itself, we have a very beautiful lobby. We have the 2nd floor where there are many seminar rooms for activities, and we also have 1 floor for administrative purpose. And further up on the top floor, we have a big auditorium which can cater for about 1,000 people.
And then the worth of the project will ultimately realized, and soon we will know that we probably will need more space, to have accommodation for more people. For example, we used to have these Asian retreats every year, and the crowd that come will be about 1,000, 1,200. But we only have accommodation for 300 people. Based on the recent Asian retreat, which was attended by about 900 people, only 300 people were able to stay there. That's including the Karma Yogis. All other people, they were not able to stay, and we organized their accommodation outside. And their general feeling is, please allow us to stay in Baba's place. Even during the lunch break, we don't have to go back. We just stay here and then continue with the program. In that way, we don't waste our time, and we really have an opportunity to be in Baba's building. So already this kind of a thought is developing in the family, and I'm very sure Baba will have some plan that the number of accommodation will be increased, so that more and more Brahmins will be able to stay there. The Asia Retreat Center was inaugurated on June 15, 2014. After we completed the project, we want to operationalize the building. We wanted many furniture. So what happened was the private sector came forward to help. That one particular company in which the BK was working, they were actually moving out, and it was so timely. We can see that these things are happening, and God is an influence in this. So timely, all the furnitures which are actually quite new was transferred to our building, and we brought it to the building, and we had our own carpenter who fixed up all these things and completely were able to recycle the thing, and in that way we really cut down so much of cost. So I believe this is God behind. There were people who were having very nice table, dining table, used one, they give to Baba, and this looks like very expensive material and really worthy of keeping it at the Asia Retreat Center. On top of that, there was one company who also gave the vehicle. Today we have got the minivan which can carry about 16 people, which is worth about 60,000 ringgit Malaysia. It was given to us, and this is really great recognition. Actually, in the beginning they gave 500,000 ringgit for the project, and later after a few years they gave a vehicle to the project also. And on top of that, we had one person who we met in the wet market in the nearby city to the building, and we mentioned to them that we are from this Asia Retreat Center and we want the supply of vegetable from them. After he listened to the kind of activities we do, he actually offered that he will give 500 ringgit worth of vegetable every month free.
முதல்ல எனக்கு பிரம்மகுமாரிஸில் மிக பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து அமைதி மூலியமாக கிடைக்கக்கூடிய சந்தோஷங்கள். இந்த சந்தோஷத்தினால கிடைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு பல வெற்றி கிடைக்கக்கூடிய வாய்ப்பு நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப இருக்குது. அது நான் அறிந்த உண்மை ஒன்று. ஸோ அதனால் நான் என்ன செஞ்சேன்னா மாதம் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட தொகைக்கான காய்கறியை துண்டாக கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நான் முடிவு பண்ணேன். அது தொடர்ந்து கொடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன், தொடர்ந்து கொடுப்பேன்.
When we organized our first initial function, then one of the function, it was a retreat for national coordinators and Centervasis for Asia. And during that time, this pollution was quite bad. People can see dust around, and people could also smell the gas coming out from there. So I really felt very disappointed. Then I told Baba, what is this? You came, you inaugurated the place, you decided to have it here, and how come all these things happening? I tried to solve the problem. So being in the Ministry of Environment, I went to the Department of Environment. I mentioned to the Director General seeking his help, his deputy seeking his help, the director of the place seeking his help. None of them gave me a very confident answer that this matter will be solved. Some of them say, no, you have gone there after the building has been operational. So who asked you to go and put up a building very close to the factory? But the factory is 1 kilometer away from our building, so it's not the case. But even if it is close, they have to control their pollution. They cannot be simply emitting the pollution. So I come to understand that these people have no power to control over the factory, or something is happening that they are very friendly. The authorities are friendly with the company. So what can I do about it? I used to get disturbed. People say, hey, you are from the Ministry of Environment. Can't you do something about it? We continued to do meditation. After Baba's message, one day the person called me. Before that I had been talking to him over the phone. The person called me and said, can you write a letter to me saying that we are polluting your place? And with that letter, I will talk to the company management and then seek for some fund so that we find ways of solving the problem.
நாற்றம், தண்ணி நாற்றம், ரெண்டாவது புகையினால் வர கொஞ்சம் சீர்கேடு. அப்புறம் அவர் என்னை கூப்பிட்டு கொஞ்சம் கவனிக்க சொன்னார். ஸோ நானும் அதை பார்த்தேன். பார்த்தப்ப ஆமாம், கொஞ்சம் அந்த பாய்லரோட ஆஷ் கொஞ்சம் அதில் விழுந்துருந்துச்சு. அப்புறம் நாங்கள் என்ன செஞ்சோம், உடனே நான் என்னோடய மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டை பேசி உடனே தீர்வு காண்றதுக்காண்டி நாங்கள் ஒரு சில இதை மிஷினை நாங்கள் மாற்றினோம். அந்த பாய்லரில் மாற்றின பிறகு இப்போ கொஞ்சம் குறைஞ்சிருக்கு. ஆனால் எங்களோட திட்டம் நாங்கள் 2015 ஒரு பவர் பிளான் கட்டுறதுக்கு எல்லா வேலையும் இப்போ நடந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. அந்த பவர் பிளானுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய பாய்லர் ஒன்று போடுவோம், பெரிய டர்பைன் போடுவோம். ஸோ அந்த பெரிய பாய்லர் நாங்கள் போட்டிட்டோம்னா இப்போ ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிற அந்த 2 சின்ன பாய்லர் நிப்பாட்டிடுவோம். ஸோ அதை நிப்பாட்டி நம்ம பெரிய பாய்லர் ஓட்டமாக இந்த மாதிரி அந்த தூசிகள் விழுவுறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இருக்காது.
No, this is something very odd. It will never happen in a normal case. No, definitely Baba is behind. So in the beginning, I used to think from the day I came into knowledge that Baba is helping me, Baba is helping me, and Baba is helping me. But in this building project, I really felt that things were happening beyond my capacity, beyond the capacity of the team members. There were obstacles, but project is moving. Therefore, we are very confident that Baba is moving the project. And on that basis, even today, when the retreat programs are being planned, we are very confident that that building is planned by Baba for a purpose known to Baba only.
Letchu and Brahmins organized the land and construction, and now ARC is functioning very well.
This was God requesting him to do this place. And so the discouragement was like encouragement for him. More steadfast he became. And so we have this place.
Daddy Janki has given me a lot of support during the time that I was going through great difficulty. The emails he sent make you feel that you belong to God, and God's instruments are taking care.
Working with Letchu Bhai, I find that he is a leader who is very focused. Because especially when we discuss about things to how to improve the building in the building meeting, I find that when everybody starts sharing their own opinion about how we should do certain things, he will listen first, and until after we have completed all our views, then he will ask us a question: what is our objective and what is the outcome that we want to achieve?
Before coming to Baba's knowledge, I actually was following my brother. He was in a particular religious group, and so, but what happened was that I was not really enjoying it. And then I came to further my education in Kuala Lumpur, and it is in Kuala Lumpur that I come to take Baba's knowledge. After taking Baba's knowledge, I went back home. I was sharing with everybody, and I also mentioned about the principle and all that, and what benefit I've got through that. But all of them were not happy, particularly in the principle that we have to live such a detached life. You have to be vegetarian.
பல்கலைக்கழகத்தை முடித்த பிறகு கோலாலம்பூரில் தான் அவர் தங்கியிருந்தார். தங்கியிருக்கும் பொழுதே அப்படியே அந்த பிரம்மகுமாரி சங்கத்தில் ஈடுபாடு ஏற்பட்டு அதிலேயே அவர் முழுகிட்டார். அதனால் ஒரு அண்ணன் என்ற முறையில் தம்பிக்கு கல்யாணம் பண்ணி வைக்கணும், அவனும் கல்யாணம் பண்ண அந்த காலகட்டத்தில் நானும் கல்யாணம் பண்ணலை. நானும் தெய்வீகத்தில் ஈடுபாடாக இருந்ததுனால அம்மாவுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய கவலை, எங்கே 2 பிள்ளைகளுமே கல்யாணம் பண்ணாமல் அப்படியே வாழ்க்கையில் போயிடுவாங்களான்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அதனால் முதல்ல நான் கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டேன். கல்யாணம் பண்ண பிறகு எப்படியாவது தம்பியை கல்யாணம் பண்ண வைக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு தான் அம்மா அடிக்கடி சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருப்பாங்க.
I know that I have no interest in getting married and all that. I want to do world service, So if I don't want to get stuck in this kind of thing. So I continue to pursue service, and I regularly visit my mother and my brother. My brother naturally is not happy because I've gone to different group. But I keep maintaining the relationship with them.
வீட்டுக்கு வந்தாலும் சமையல்லாம் செய்வார். சமையல் செய்யும் போதும் சிரிச்சுக்கிட்டு, சமைக்கும் போது யாரும் கிட்ட வரக்கூடாது, என் சமையல்லாம் வாசனைலாம் போய்டும், யாரும் வரக்கூடாதுன்னு கூட சொல்லி சிரிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருப்பார். நல்லா எங்கள் அம்மாவுக்கும் உதவியாக இருப்பார். அப்புறம் படித்து வேலை செய்கிற காலத்தில் எங்கள் அம்மாவுக்கு ரொம்ப உதவி செய்வார்.
And my mother told me, now you want to cook yourself, so you want to be totally separate from me. So you have become a Brahmin, so you are higher clan than me, you are no longer equal to me. I was saying like that. I then what decided is, every time I cook, I will cook with them, make them to feel that I am with them.
While he was in the Brahma Kumaris organization, he has actually dedicated himself, and also he has worked quite determined in order to bring up the organization. And we are very, very astonished to see that he has the leadership, to organize this particular group in Malaysia up to a level. Right now they are having their own building, a very big and building, and quite organized in a center in Kuala Lumpur.
And one day my mother came to Kuala Lumpur, came to our center. As she was walking on the corridor, she said, this place is very divine. And then she came in and said, no, you continue to do what you want to do. So she gave me the blessing. And what happened was, after some years in knowledge, my mother was not well. She was on the deathbed. So they called me. And I went to see her. When I went to see her, what she told me? She said, son, you are a deity. You are the only one that I didn't help in your life, because you are very independent, you got help from everywhere, but you are the only one who really provided for me whenever I needed something. So she really gave me that blessing to proceed with what I have been doing.
Qualities I find Brother Letchu is very down to earth, very, very simple. Qualities that a yogi really possess. Things like very simple minded, very practical, and very, very big heart.
I love his ideas, his straightforward as well as to the point. He can be very direct and blunt, but deep inside, he's got a very gentle and kind heart. I can see through the years that he likes to help people, especially those who are in need. Brother Letchu, that gave me a lot of encouragement, because equally he is also a very busy man with lots of responsibilities, and yet he's able to balance his work, going overseas and managing his office work, at the same time handling the big, huge, diverse family within the Brahmin here in Malaysia. And I think he's done a fantastic job.
Brother Letchu is very, very good, and he is very kind. For me, I don't have any Lokik brother as good as him.
It is my strong belief that as Baba's instruments, we have to become full trustees, that we have to surrender our body, mind and wealth to Baba. As far as I am concerned, I have been working on this. To me, surrendering mine is that my mind must be used to most times to in a task that is related to Baba, or thinking Gyan and all that. So we as much possible we try to do that. And surrendering body, that I try to see that wherever there's a possibility, I want to use my body. Through the body, I want to do something for Baba, some karma yoga for Baba. I strongly believe that if I do that kind of physical work for Baba, my body will remain healthy. So now I make it a point now and then to do something. And the final thing is a surrender of wealth. I don't have any wealth. From the time I became Baba's child, I used to all my earnings for service only. And recently I made a decision that all my income, about 95% of my income, I want to send it straight to Baba. So the last 1 year, that is what I have been doing. So I strongly believe that when the wealth is given to Baba, then sometimes when your yoga is not so good, this kind of donation will also give the return that my yoga will become good. Where the money goes, that's where the mind goes, Baba say. It will also help to keep our mind focused. So in return, since I don't have really don't keep much money, that I needed a car, so in the work also I got promotion and now I'm provided with car. I don't have a house, then Baba is given such a big retreat center for me to live in. All these are intoxicating points, and we really, our faith in Baba really increased, that the more and more I give away to Baba, more and more Baba provides to us and Baba takes care of us. So I want to continue to experiment this policy and go closer to Baba.
He's a brother who really likes meditation, and he places meditation as a first thing in his life.
I realized that Amrit Vela is the time that Baba gives us a lot of power. So long as I am able to really be alert and able to immerse that feeling for Baba, that connection will take place, and then you will feel that at the end of Amrit Vela you are powered and your stage is very good. So throughout the day I was really able to maintain this stage.
He always creates the feelings that nobody is indispensable, that everybody should have their talents and they should be tapped and brought to live a life to the fullest, and he helps us to develop that. So in that way he is a very good leader, a very good manager, a very good brother, a very good friend, and sometimes motherly, and sometimes father too.
Give love to these people, so that the thing that I have to give them happens in a practical way, and people feel that I am benefiting from this brother, I am benefiting from this person. Every person who is creating a problem, if he feels that he is benefiting from you, you will realize that they will transform themselves and become closer to you. So experience shows that we should never fight or create problem for a person who's creating a problem.
There are 90% Tamil speaking student and 10% maybe Chinese speaking students. But everybody is working in unity. Its speciality of Malaysia is Muslim, Chinese and Indian working together very well in unity.
And one of the person that really helps me very much in my spiritual progress is Brother Letchu. I think we have been together for almost 30 years. So ever since I came to the spiritual life, we were together, and we have gone through many occasions, many sort of challenges. So I find that it's important. It's important that whatever challenges that we've gone through, is the companion around us should give us a lot of support. So Brother Letchu is one very, very unique brother.
My vision for future is that I like to see all the people, the whole world really benefit from this knowledge as I myself have benefited. And that is why I didn't get married. I don't want to have my own family and get stuck there. I surrendered my life to be in this organization. I decided to work so that there is income that is coming, and that income can be used for service. So this is my mission in life.
Through Raja Yoga meditation, we can connect our intellect with our Almighty Father and receive spiritual powers. We can then easily transform our lives and become world benefactors and work for the benefit of society. Om Shanti.